Hey guys, I just wanted to share with you a quick review of a game I just played on Fox and maybe try to teach some of you some things that you can learn along the way. Before I do that, I do want to mention that Starpoint will be back next week, so stay tuned for that. If you don't know what Starpoint is, that's the main purpose of this channel. It's a podcast about Go. So if you are in the market for a podcast about Go, stay tuned for next week's season premiere of Starpoint. Without further ado, let's get into this game. So I am black here, and I usually play double star points, but I decided to play this very post-AI looking enclosure here on the bottom right-hand corner because of Go Inside's recent videos. I didn't know what to do with this enclosure before I saw her last two videos, but she explained how this enclosure is really used for influence. And since I'm playing star points anyway, the star points are what you kind of use to play influence as well. So I thought, hey, you know what? Let me try playing with this 2-space high enclosure and treating it as influence. Because before I was like, well, I have this enclosure, but it seems very not secure. I feel like they can slide into the corner. I don't know how to, I don't know why people are ignoring this approach and what to do after that. But after she kind of made it clear I'm supposed to be using it for influence, I'm like, got it. I will use that for influence. So I wanted to try it out. And so that's why I played that enclosure. Fairly standard. This is a Joseki. If you don't know this, Joseki, learn it. It's up to here. This is a very common Joseki for the 3-4 point. Very simple as well. And then white plays here, which I think it's a decent move. I think maybe on the right side. I'm not really sure. I guess it's still kind of up in the air. I just go ahead and take a big move. So we're just both taking big moves here until white decides to cause some chaos by invading in this little space here. Even though I think there are bigger moves out there. I think this is a big move. I don't know exactly the most ideal point, but it is a blocking the expansion of this influence here. Somewhere over here may be a big move as well, but white decides to start a little fight here. I'm not worried about this. I go for the simple option and connect underneath. The idea kind of behind this is that whether white tries to cut me off on the left or right here, or I guess a top or down here, I can always try to connect some other way. And white definitely tries to do this, and I don't want to do anything like this and connect on this side because now white has made this a weak group and damaged this one stone. So you do, whenever there's this Hane, you do want to cut that off. White extends. So let's say white decides to do something like this. One thing you can do is just Atari up above and maybe connect like that, and you can still stay connected. But white instead decides to extend up this way, and I do a little thinking, and I decide to catch this stone in a ladder because I find out that if white wedges here, I can actually play. I actually didn't realize this until this moment. I was planning to do something like this maybe and say like just have this fight. I'm not really sure this is a great plan, but as soon as white played here, I realized there's a better move where I can just capture white or connect under. So this is me points, right? So if white goes down here, I go here, which is what happened, which is surprised me. I thought, this is what I expected. But white decides to try to split me even further, and I go ahead and cut white off and capture these 3 stones. But white hasn't given up yet, and white is pointing at a little Aji here, hoping for me to fall into some kind of trap, because if you look at this shape here, study this shape closely, there could be a shortage of Liberties situation. So if I capture here and white decides to connect underneath. Right now it doesn't work because I can also just do this, right? But it also doesn't work later on, as white will have to find out. I Tanuki, because I think, white's captured. And white says, look, I'm going to I'm going to go and connect under now because you tanuki'd and you made a mistake. I'm going to save my stones. And this is a kind of a classic shape where you have an empty triangle looking thing and you connect under and you can find yourself out of Liberties and get captured in this situation. But I had read this out, and basically if I Atari from this side, white can't connect. Otherwise, white's captured. So so this is a passing move by white. Well, I guess it's not really. It's Sente, because I do have to do this. But white now realizes, oh, shoot, I can't. I don't know if white realized that, or maybe white was just trying to trick me into playing that. I'm not sure. But regardless, this is a huge win for me, and I'm feeling pretty comfortable about the game, but you never know, so you shouldn't let your guard down. White goes and approaches here, and now I'm playing a little more... I'm going to start making choices that are slightly more conservative because I feel like I'm ahead. For example, this one. I wasn't sure about this one. This is probably fine, to be honest, but I'm not really sure if there's any funny business that could happen with a cut here. So I just decided to descend here. And I'm playing super solid. I'm like, you know what? Take whatever you want on the outside. Let me just secure my corner, and this is what I'll do. White, of course, is trying to complicate things by making a crosscut here. And I don't know. I don't like giving white this kind of... I probably should have played something like this. Maybe just even do that. This is plenty. Look, I'm building on the bottom right. But I don't know. I just don't like that. And I decided to descend, start another fight when I probably shouldn't be doing that. But I do see some creative ways out for me. And here I kind of misread. I was hoping to maybe keep pushing, and if white cuts, catch in a ladder. Oops. But this ladder doesn't work because this Atari lets white escape, and then I'm doomed. So I realized that, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know about this. Maybe I'll just try to sack this top area here and jump out here and save this stone. I still have some stuff I can do to this group to bother it. So white's still kind of not in the best position. So white decides I'm going to go ahead and capture this stone, but then I go ahead and cut, and there's not really much white can do about it. If this is a simple Liberty capture race situation, if you look at white's group, it has how many liberties? 4. And then my group, how many liberties? My group being this one, these 2 black stones, also 4, but it's my turn, so I just have to seal white in, and not much white can do. This doesn't really do much. It kind of just strengthens my stones. And now white, knowing white's captured, I have this bottom right side entire, obviously this bamboo joint group needs some time still to grow and flourish, but white needs to take care of this group up here. So I'm not sure exactly what the point of this Hane is, but I just try to back off and play it safe. And at this point, white connects. Not really the biggest point on the board. White should maybe try to just run out. But white connects here, and I'm thinking, you know what? I don't care if white comes through here. Let me tanuki, because if white comes through, I just, it's really not a big deal. And it's not even an eye. So I just kind of start pressuring white. I just want to make white uncomfortable for a bit. And it's actually quite interesting here. Although I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it anymore. I'm just going to take another big point. And then here, I probably could have just tanuki'd this as well. But the points are not as big anymore, and I just really liked this shape because there's nothing white can do to break through. This is a double Atari, and I can just or white, even this is an Atari, so there's I just really liked this shape, and I thought I had to play it. Sometimes the shape is just too beautiful not to play. And I'm just playing solid here for now. And now white tries another thing here to start another scuffle, but this is a huge thing in this whole fight, as I'm keeping an eye on this zigzag group, this Tetris block of white stones, and making sure that I have the upper hand in the capture race, because one false move, I lose one liberty on this group here, and I lose this entire section. So I'm just keeping a close eye on that, and so as soon as white attaches here, I know that I need to act and start winning the capturing race. And I just, seal in the capture. White is just trying to start stuff. I actually decided this is a ladder that I read out, and I'm pretty sure this ladder works for me. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, right? So it lands on here, which is pretty cool. So I decide, I don't know what white wants to do down here, but I'm going to capture this stone. And I think that's good enough for me. I let white pretty much live in here. And you know what? I think that white really... I wonder if white did have to play this. Because let's say that white Tanukis here, and I go here. I thought white could easily live even if white Tanuki'd, so yeah, I think white can live. Yeah, this is fine for white. So yeah, I thought this was a bad move. I gave you 2 Ataris here that you have available to live, and you could have just taken a move here, but white decides, I'm not comfortable with this shape. I guess it's scary. This plus sign shape is not a great shape. But I'm like, okay, time to bully you a little more, and I go ahead and attack white again here, and I'm just... there is a kind of an art to attacking, keeping your distance and choosing the right shapes, and I'm trying to figure out what the best thing to do here is, and I'm realizing there's a vulnerability on the top left here as well, so I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to throw in a move here. I don't know if my attacks will be profitable here right now, so the rest of the game, white just tries to start more and more complications, but there is a final fight, a final showdown, and then white does this move, which I respond this way, doing this double Atari, making sure I'm connected, and to block white from connecting up, I just go in for it, because I realize that after this move, if white connects up, which white does, I still can come out this way. And also, I get this free move, and it's another capture race situation. You got 4 liberties on this triangle here, and 3 liberties on this group here. So I think one thing that you should take away from this game is how important it is to count your liberties. In these situations, all you have to do is count. I know it can seem kind of daunting, because sometimes the count is a little wrong. Sometimes there are little tricks you can get for people to take more liberties and generate more liberties through certain moves. But overall, most of the time, capture races are quite simple. All you have to do is count the liberties. And I have 4 liberties on this side here, 4 liberties in this middle group here, and then 3 liberties here. So all I have to do is make sure I just try to strengthen one of the weaker sides, and there's nothing white can do. White can't go here. This is a capture. White can't go here. This is also a capture. So this is where white resigns, and I was looking forward to harassing this top left group some more as well. But this is the game, and you got to take care of your groups, and white did not really do that very well. And it came down to like 3 different capture races. So in the capture races, I would say just make sure you know how many liberties there are and how many you're fighting with. Liberties are kind of like the size of your army. So if you're going in with 5 people and then they have 4 people, just you can kind of, without reading too much, just intuitively feel like you're going to win. This is a short game. This is a 5-minute time control game. So I didn't have like all the time in the world to read everything out. So liberty counting is a quick way to do that. Hopefully that is a helpful tip for y'all. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you on Starpoint. Well, I guess I won't see you, but stay tuned for Starpoint next week. Season 2 coming up. Thanks, guys.